Let me ask a very important fundamental question about martial arts. We're both wearing a suit and tie. Joe Rogan thinks that wearing a tie is a huge disadvantage. Is it a clip-on or is it an actual tie?
It's an actual tie. I really want.
So, do you agree or disagree with Joe Rogan that wearing a tie is a martial arts significant disadvantage in terms of combat in a combat scenario?
In a fight, I think it would be a disadvantage. Yes.
Okay, but
I work as a security bouncer in nightclubs and event when I was 18 years old.
Yes.
And sometimes I had to work in certain event that I was in suit and tie. I never had to use my force to take someone out when I was in suit and tie. But if I would have had to, before going to the table to physically take the guy out, I would have removed my tie. And I would have removed my vest for sure. And I would have called back up for sure. And I would have probably used the element of surprise to be first on the guy.
Yes.
When you're in a bar, same thing. You call back up first. And you make sure you ask the waitress before to clean the table before you go.
Yeah.
And when you go, you have to use the element of surprise.
Yeah.
Because fighting in mixed martial art and fighting in the street, it's two different things. And yes, I'm a mixed martial art competitor. That's what I've done all my life. But I had a lot of street fight in my life. A lot when I was in.
What's the difference? What's like
Oh my God, it's a huge difference. There is guys that if I would have a choice, to fight, like, for example, certain guys in UFC in a street fight and fight like other guys that are not in UFC, I would maybe sometimes pick guys that are not in UFC, not necessarily. Because in the street fight, there's no referee that says go. It's the element of surprise. And when you're a nice guy, you're not the aggressor, you always have the element of surprise. That's what it taught me.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, because if
aggression, you're sacrificing the surprise.
The person will not come punch you without warning. It needs to trigger something needs to be triggered before. Yes. So if someone comes because he's looking for trouble, there is sign that he's looking for trouble. So I was just talking with Fast Rutan this weekend about it, and
I saw that
every martial art comes from, like, some martial art are from exclusively for competition.
Yes.
Like sport karate, like certain martial art. But traditional martial art are for the street, are for self-defense. And I start my background in Kyokushin karate, so it's for, and I did Japanese jiu-jitsu. So my background, before I even start training for mixed martial art, my background is in self-defense. And it's very important to understand that in a street fight, the element of surprise is everything. And there are no rules. You can go for the eyes, the necks, it's
surprises everything.
Total ball game. You know what I mean? You have the chair, the beard. There's so much more thing going on. So the idea of, because you are a UFC fighter, you think you're invincible. This is BS. Anybody can come. Like if a big guy who punch very hard, most people don't know how to punch. By the way, they don't know how to make a fist and throw it in a forward direction. But if someone knows how to do it, I don't care who you are. If you could be Francis Ngannou, someone come behind your head and bang, or let's say there's an argument and you get surprised by a punch. You can be dropped and lose a fight. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The element of surprise is everything.
So you were saying remove all the sources of the elements of surprise. All the clear the bar, remove the tie. I still disagree with you about the tie, but
just for your information, if someone comes looking for trouble and you see me do this and going sideways a little bit, that's my position that I'm thinking
there you go.
Maybe something will happen and I'm about,
that's a good,
I'm about thinking about doing the element. I'm about to punch you or to do something to take care of this.
See, to flip the table on you, then wearing a tie is communicating the nice guy image. So it actually gives you the freedom for more elements of surprise by wearing the tie. If you take it off, that's more, you're limiting your options. Because nobody's going to expect the guy in the tie to do anything.
I'm a big believer that sometimes it's not only materialism, it's what you project.
That's true.
Like, say I had troubles in a bar and I was able to deflect The guy was looking for trouble talking to me, and I was able to deflect his whole aggressivity by saying like, "Hey man, that's a nice shirt. Where did you get it?" Like saying like something or stupid like this. Then it kind of break the momentum, and But the guy was looking for trouble. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you, but I'm not gonna wait until you make the first move, because the minute you touch me, you push me, or you touch me, you declare war, and the war is unleashed, my friend, and I'm taking you out of order with the necessary force, of course. You know what I mean? That's the thing with martial art. If you use the necessary force to take out a problem, it's okay. But if you take advantage of it, that's when it's not all right, because it's a weapon. So if someone comes up to me, that's my position, and now I'm assessing the situation. That's how they teach in self defense here. Never put your hands down. Always hand there, because I'm boom or boom, like what this is very important. And you always your center line on the side. Yeah, like this. If someone knows martial art, he will recognize that pattern. But if you go like this, if someone talk to you and you go like this, that's mean you're telling the guy that you want to fight. You don't want to do that. You don't want to. Yeah, that's interesting. That's the position, because your hand are here. Whatever you can do, you're here.
Well, also your ear tells the story. It's like,
Does. It's not everybody that knows that. However, some people might think that it's my mom grabbed me by the hair and pulled me because I didn't listen to her. A real fight in the street and a fight in mixed martial art is a different ball game.